Whoa, hi there. It's another Comedy Spot Live, and it's a blurry version of Brian. That'll work itself out. Nice to have everybody. You're being a mean little thing, Mr. Camera. No, we're gonna flex both. Nope. Okay. All right, good. We're fine. All right. Hey, welcome everybody to another Comedy Spot Live. This is Who Did It. We have a great panel tonight. The camera's just strobing in and out, and this is the kind of week that I've had. It's like, I don't know who to watch this. Are we good? I'm just gonna have a little conversation with my camera. This is all part of the show. We like to get the boring stuff out of the way before we actually get to the comedy. So anyway, thank you everybody for being here. This is the show where I have three panelists, all claim to have done the same unusual thing, and then you have to guess which one of them really did it. So they're going to be lying to you, telling you that they did something, and you have to fish out who really did it. All of my guests tonight submitted things they've done in their past. They are going to give you a little story about that situation, and you got to figure it out. This still isn't great, is it? When you're a one-man band, there's nobody to go around and mess with the camera while you're talking. Okay, well, also, I want you to make comments and say hello because we use them during the show. Amy Church says, Chris says everything that has to do with porn. Yeah, when he was on the show, you could always fish him out. Let's see. I already feel like I've had too much wine, is what Mel Roy said.
Girl.
Deborah Walkie said, Brian did it. All right, let's get on with the show. Let's do this thing. Maybe my camera will stop acting up at some point in the future. Here are your panelists for tonight. They're all very super funny people. Please welcome Melissa, Corky, and Amy. Hello. How are you guys?
Hi.
Hello.
It's good to see all of you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Great to be seen.
I'm glad you could do the show.
I'm glad everybody could come into my bedroom again.
Ooh, what? Gross.
That sounds creepy.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I brushed my teeth for this.
You guys are making it weird now, but
We were talking about like being on Zooms and live shows all the time now, and we were talking about how sometimes it's really weird to look back and see someone's place. But I really like being able to see people's like back into
Yes.
their I'm nosy though. That's what it's really about.
I mean, is this about me living in front of a brick wall? Is that like,
I love your brick wall.
are you hating on brick walls? Because this is where I live, Brian. This is my home.
Just in front of a brick wall someplace in Sacramento?
Look, times are tough, right?
that's her Pink Floyd room. It's just, there's a brick wall. There's some animals over there.
I actually really like your brick wall because it looks really, it's a green screen, but it looks really good. It looks real.
Thank you.
Did I just out your green screen?
No, because it's not even a green screen. It's just literally a brick tapestry.
No,
That
really?
looks so realistic looking.
Holy shit. Wow, that's
Yeah.
cool. All right, good
And
job.
I have like lights on behind it, so it's lit up a little bit. So I think
Wow.
it kind of gives it that like illusion.
Yeah.
Totally.
That's tight. Good job.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
This isn't my actual bedroom. This is I printed out a thing from Sunset Magazine and just blew it up as a tarp.
It looks great.
There's no lights behind it.
One comment, and then we'll get on with the show. Mel Roy says, "I love the way Melissa's place can never be huffed or puffed down."
Book her for a guest.
I should get Mel on the show. She'd be great.
I'm jealous I didn't make that joke myself.
She'd probably be okay.
She doesn't want to, she's like, no, I'm good.
No, she would be great. She would be great.
Donna's impressed, by the way. She said, it looks so real, Corky.
Oh, thank you. I found a really good spread in the magazine. Blew it up. Then I fuzzed it out, made it blurry, so it looks like I have the blurry filter on. A lot of work went into this. I fucked up my whole week.
Yeah, it looks great.
All right, you all submitted to me several things that you have done in your past. All of you are going to claim to have done those things, and we're going to figure out who did it. Now, what's really great about tonight is I took all of your things, and I actually put it in a randomizer, so I don't even know who did the thing. Like, I have no idea. So this will be good for me, too. I will be reacting just as much as you will be. I mean, I kind of know the thing, but I have no memory, is what I'm saying. All right, let's do this. So I'm going to go to our guest view. Watch this. Pew! All right. Corky, move to your right about 2 inches. Yeah, perfect. Okay, all right. So Corky.
Yeah.
Melissa, Amy, I'm going to show the first thing. Try not to react or look surprised. And then I'm going to have Melissa go first, and she's going to tell the story of this thing, and then Corky, and then Amy, okay? All right, here we go. The first thing is I was attacked by a wild turkey. I was attacked by a wild turkey. So, Melissa, let's have you go first.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I went camping. I don't ever go camping. If you guys know me, you know that I don't like to camp. But this was several years ago, and I got roped into going on a camping trip with my friends out at Folsom Lake. And like, I don't know if you've been out there, but I mean, that's about as like basic of camping as you can get. It's not really any sort of survival. You know, you're like a half a mile from an AM PM. So yeah, we were just like chilling, going camping, no big deal. You know, like drinking some beers and kicking it by the lake. And we had a little campfire going that night. And just like out of nowhere, I didn't even know wild turkeys were in Folsom. Like, I didn't know that was a thing that I had to like keep an eye out for while I was camping at Folsom Lake. But yeah, I mean, luckily, like, there was the fire pit sort of between me and the turkey. But it did try to come at me, and I did scream and throw a Bud Light at it. Yeah, I didn't really sleep too great that night, and I think that was like the first and last time that I've ever been camping.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Good job, Melissa. Corky, you're up next. You were attacked by a wild turkey.
Yeah, I will say that wasn't a good job, Melissa, because you're full of shit, because this is my story. And I realized I kind of was misleading with saying wild turkey, because it was actually at a petting zoo. There was like a bunch of animals in pens. And I feel so bad. I've apologized to my daughter several times, because I was all day, honey, we get to touch things, we get to pet animals, and she was so excited. But nothing was coming close to her. There was nothing actually coming up to let her pet. The goats were skittish. They had a sloth there, but the turkeys actually started coming closer, and I was like excited. She's getting excited. Daddy, look, it's coming. The thing it gets close and then just goes buck wild and comes at with turkeys can't fly, but it just uses its wings to propel itself. Came at talons like that. And got me, didn't get her, but scared the shit out of her. We left, and she cried on the way home. And I feel like that built the little thing in there where she's like, I'm never trusting my father ever again. So from 4 years old on, she just never believed a word I said.
All right, very good, Corky. It's over to you, Amy. You were attacked by a wild turkey.
Yeah, so I was attacked by a wild turkey. My last term of college, which was, it doesn't matter how long ago, I backpacked around California, and we had to like journal and take pictures of nature. And we went to all sorts of amazing places. I backpacked in the Mojave Desert on Santa Cruz Island up in Mendocino. And that's where this happened. Hiking along, totally scenic. There was water everywhere, unlike the Mojave Desert. And I think our task is to like see how much sunlight is on the ground, so we can see the density of the canopy. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So I see some cute little baby turkeys under a tree, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so perfect for my little photo journal of this whole experience. So I get down really low, and I creep towards the little baby turkeys, and I start taking pictures, and then I hear this, and I see the mama turkey, wings out, talons up, yelling at me. And she chased me. She continued to chase me even after I surrendered and did not bother her babies anymore. So yeah. And I actually did go back later to see if they were still there, but they were not. So yeah.
All right.
The thing didn't work out.
Perfect. Well, everybody at home, here are your 3 culprits. You have to choose one of them. One of them was actually attacked by a wild turkey. So do me a favor, go ahead and vote in the comments. And while you do that, I'll read your comments that you've been saying while everyone's been telling their stories. So is it Melissa, is it Corky, or is it Amy? All right, here are some of your comments. Melroy, again, is killing it tonight. She said, I already feel it's Corky because he might look threatening to a turkey.
Yes, right? I look like a pilgrim.
Tim said, wild turkeys are crazy. They're the real-life big bad wolves of the wild. Let's see. Bud Light is the best defense weapon. Let's see. Oh, they were all talking about which platform they should be watching the show on. And ACLU Tear, I think you have a good summation here. Facebook is popping. Twitter and Twitch are not. And YouTube is for all the cool kids in town. So there you go. We're on all 4. Whether you're cool or not, we have you covered. So that's Frank's question for that. So let's get to your votes. If you haven't voted, vote now. 30 seconds away from tallying all these up. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on. They're coming. Okay, here we go. I have a vote for Corky. Vote for Amy. If it's not Amy, I'll be shocked. Let's see. Tim says, my wife thinks Melissa did it. Me, I think Corky did it. Tina just says hello.
I'll take that one. That's a vote for me.
They said Corky, I think. Jeff said, Amy, make that turkey sound again. Amy, wild turkeys are mean. Amy did it. I think Corky. Amy did it. The Seahawks fan did it. Corky. Somebody just said, Nicole just said gobble gobble. Melissa, I think Corky. Amy, Corky. Yeah, it's between Amy and Corky. There's another Melissa, there's an Amy, and there's a Melissa. I'm going to go, I think most people think that Amy did it. So out of the 3 of you, who really did it? Yeah, it was Amy. All right, nicely done. Yeah, they had it narrowed down. They thought it was either one of you, but hey, good job, Corky, bringing him over to your side.
Well, in high school, a kid drank wild turkey and threw up on me, so I feel that was kind of like an attack of a wild turkey.
Yeah, that's the same thing. That's the exact same thing. Okay, let's do your second one. Let's see. I got to get you to the right screen, and then I got to bring up the thing. Okay. Second thing, I was kicked out of a hippie commune. So let's see. Corky, you go first this round. I was kicked out of a hippie commune. Let's go to you, Corky.
Yeah. So I thought I wanted to live amongst hippies before I actually got to know any. The high school, I used to go up to the Dead shows in the parking lot at the Cal Expo, and it was just to try to, buy acid or just hang out, really like that. But I met some cool people. I thought they were cool people. And they're like, hey, you want to come and kick it with us next weekend? We're going camping. I was like, cool. So I go with them. We go camping. We drop acid. We have fun. They're like, hey, you want to go? You want to hang out next weekend? We're going to go camping again. But I come to find out they weren't camping this time. They were just squatting. It just like they had built a little place that they were going to settle. And then it took about 4 minutes for me to go, this is a bad idea. This is not good. I like to bathe. I don't like patchouli. There's only I don't like the music of the dead. I just like the parking lot scene. And I just kind of pieced out. I was like, I got a thing to do, and I just left. So it was I was there. I would say less than 15 minutes.
Okay, all right, very good. Amy, you're up next. You were kicked out of a hippie commune.
Yeah, so I was kicked out of a hippie commune. So the rent was really cheap, and that's what drew me. And also, I knew one person that lived there. There was a bunch of girls that lived there, and I knew one of them. So I was like, oh, I go live with all my friends. So that'd be fun. And the rent was so cheap. It was in the Bay Area, and it was less than $500 for a room, which is like crazy. So there were caveats, though, that I thought I'd be okay with, honestly. And I also didn't know the extent of. So it had a bathroom inside, of course, like the house, right? But you could only go number one. You couldn't go number two. So for number two, there was an outhouse. It was a compost toilet. So it wasn't like a pit toilet, like you shit in a bucket. And then the landlord would compost the human shit. So that's great and all, I guess. But there was no curtain, and it faced like 3 different neighbors' houses. So during a commune meeting, I'd been there maybe a month, and I was like, hey, can we get a curtain for the shitter? And this lady like fucking hated me after that. She was like, how dare you? It's always been like this. So I got kicked out of a hippie commune for wanting a curtain on a shitter.
All right, very good, excellent. Melissa, you're up last. You were kicked out of a hippie commune.
Yeah, real quick, curtain on a shitter was my nickname in high school, so that's like brought back a weird memory. Yeah, I got kicked out of a commune. I wasn't actually living there. It was a coworker of mine who had invited me to a party, and she was like, hey, do you want to go to a party at this co-op? And I was like the natural foods co-op. I was very much confused about where we were going. And so we went to this party. It was a commune co-op. I don't know, I sort of use those terms interchangeably. It was out in like the Oak Park kind of area, and we get there, and this was before I got sober, right? So I'm just like drinking a bunch of IPAs and just, drinking way too much. And, I'm trying to like socialize with all these people that live there, and I just like inadvertently like insulted a bunch of people. Like I was like, how many people live here? And just like, I live alone with a cat, I was just very confused about the lifestyle and just being ignorant, And at one point we're in a circle of friends, and this woman is talking in a British accent. And, I do comedy, and I think, oh, we're doing like voices and stuff. So I start talking back to her in a British accent. And then come to find like 3 hours later, I overheard her still talking in a British accent. And I was like, wow, we're just like really committed to the bit, And she's like, no, I have a British accent. And at that point, they just suggested that maybe it would be best for me to leave. So.
All right. That was great. Good job, everybody. I'm going to read your comments, everybody who's watching. But this is the time where you have to make up a choice. Make your choice. You have, is it Melissa? Is it Corky? Is it Amy? Who got kicked out of a hippie commune? So while everybody's voting at home, I'm going to go ahead and read some of your comments that are priceless. Everybody has a different way of trying to figure out who actually did it. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to read like votes. So let's see. Hold on. Okay, Tina says Melissa did it. Corky pieced out, and he wasn't kicked out. And no one
fuck that up.
And no one can police number 1s or number 2s. That's their analysis. I feel like Amy wouldn't talk specifically about shitting unless it was a traumatic memory. So that's how they're trying to. But then Jeff said, no way. Amy has way too much detail, like she's trying to oversell it or whatever. Let's see. Amy Church just said, less than $500. Sign me up. Okay, so those are good. Those are really good. We're trying to figure it out. But let's go to your votes and see. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Coming up here. Oh, Ellen Berger's on. Hello. Okay. Here we go. Lelania says Melissa did it. Donna says, nope. She said Nicole. Tina says Melissa did it for sure. Melissa did it from Kat. Let's see. This one is harder. I say Melissa. Tim votes for Amy. His wife votes for Melissa. This entire weekend has been, I've been talking in a British accent. Don, that's fun. Yeah, it was a great bit. Melissa, so specific, so wonderful. Jabberwocky says, I'm usually wrong. Jennifer says Melissa. Donna says Melissa. But maybe Amy. Melissa. Corky clearly was Frank's pick. Good. Keisha says Melissa, and that's it. Those are all the things. Ellen, what did Ellen say? She said, I was on a whitewater rafting trip down the Colorado, and I can't even tell you how much policing of number 1 and number 2 there really is. And she said, hi, Brian. Okay, good. So, 3 of you, here's your time. Everyone for sure says that Melissa did this. She was kicked out of a hippie commune. So who got kicked out of a hippie commune? Amy again. Oh, whoopsies, wrong one. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. Amy had just the right touch of looking like she wasn't telling the truth and filling it with detail. And Melissa, you nailed that.
Yeah.
Like, I did not stick the landing on mine. I felt like the witness in the box on Perry Mason. Like, I could feel the second I said I left the commune, I was like, oh no, I just gave it up. Oh no.
It was so good. That was so good. People are losing their shit. They're like, wow, what, Amy? Over poop?
There was so much more.
That was Amy's takeaway. She was like, the poop. Tina's like, wow, crazy. Wow. Yeah, you guys fooled them. Good job. Okay, that was a really good round. I'm going to bring you back to the guest camera, and I'm going to bring up your next thing. So let's see. All right. So third one is my significant other cut my hair with their dog clippers. My significant other, and Amy, you're going to go first this time in just a second. My significant other cut my hair with dog clippers. So Amy, you're up first. Tell us a quick story.
Okay, so they weren't currently being used as dog clippers. He had a dog before, and then he didn't have a dog anymore, and then I had a pixie cut for like a while, and I wanted him to shave the back of my head, so it's not all fuzzy and gross. And like those clippers work really well. He could have used his beard ones, but he also uses those on his balls. So I'd rather have a clean one that was used on a dog than one that was used on his balls on my neck. So he actually still fucked up though, and I had to get it done again. But that's okay. He tried, and that's what counts.
All right, fantastic. Let's see. Melissa, you're going to be up next. Your significant other cut your hair with dog clippers.
Yeah, this is a tragic quarantine haircut story. Basically, for those of you who know me, I normally have a beautiful head of hair that is now gone, tragically. I could not maintain it without my hairstylist, so I wanted to, then I was like, this is a perfect time to shave my head. I've always wanted to shave my head. but I didn't have any clippers. And I don't know if any of y'all have tried to buy any clippers like in April. They did not exist. And I tried and I tried. I looked on Amazon. I was even on the clipper manufacturer website trying to get them. I was on Etsy, like eBay, and so my girlfriend was like, "Oh, I have clippers. They are my dog's clippers." But desperate times call for desperate measures. They were the only clippers that we had. So, I mean, hair looks pretty good. Not gonna lie. I mean, it needs a little touch up, but she can do a fade and everything. She really trimmed those dogs up nicely. So.
All right, perfect. So Corky, it goes to you next. Your significant other cut your hair with their dog clippers.
Yeah, and this is kind of fucked up, but she's okay with me sharing it because quarantine, everybody's got these quarantine Albert Einstein haircuts, and my beard is huge still, but it would look like the same, like you turned my head upside down. You could not tell the difference. And I needed a haircut, and my girlfriend is disabled. She has MD, so she can't really use scissors, so she's using clippers, right? And she's like, "Great, got some clippers. We'll cut it up for you. Just the sides and the back, right? Sides and the back." And it's sitting there, and it's fucking hurts. It's ripping my hair out in patches, and I'm like just thinking, okay, that's it's tough for her to manipulate these things. But no, it comes to find out that these are not made for human hair. They're dog clippers. And what the real fucked up thing is, we don't even have a dog. Like, I don't know why she has dog clippers. She's never had a dog, but she owns dog clippers. It probably was a sale, and she was just like, I had to buy them because it was like 60% off.
All right, perfect. So one of the three of you had your haircut done with dog clippers. So everybody go ahead in the comments, go ahead and vote on who you think actually did this one. I'm going to read some comments while you're doing that. Let's see. There was a really good, oh yeah, Jeff said, thanks for the visual, Amy.
No problem.
The dog the ball trimmers. Let's see. Yep, no ball trimmers on the neck. They said Melissa is believable. Jabberwocky says, I need to edit Corky's beard on his head now. Huh? Okay.
Please do so.
Let's see. Okay, now they're starting to, everyone's starting to vote. So let's see. ACLU Tear says it's Corky. Amy says it's gotta be Melissa this time. I think Corky went into too much detail, as did Amy. Melissa did it. Cat, Melissa. My wife and I both think that it's Melissa. That's from Tim. Melissa did it. Melissa did it. Melissa did it. Corky. Melissa.
You can see patches torn out.
Ellen made a declarative statement. She said, I think Corky, maybe? Melissa, Amy again, three's a charm. Amy was passionate. Melissa was ashamed. Corky was jestful. I don't know.
I'm going to take that as the best compliment I've ever received.
All right, let's go to the guest camera. One of the three of you had your significant other cut your hair with dog clippers. Which one of you really did it?
That was me.
It was Melissa.
Bum, bum, bum.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Amy, did you think Corky did it?
I did. I thought Corky, yeah.
I was pulling out everything. I used the disabled girlfriend. I was going full bore with that one.
By the
Brave
way,
man who has his own ball clippers, though. That's some bravery.
I don't. I was gonna share too much. I'm really glad. Okay. Well,
I saw Brian really quick. I saw this meme the other day, and it was like a little kid getting his hair clipped, and it was like 20 years from now, these kids are going to realize that they were getting quarantine haircuts with their dad's ball clippers.
So true. So
yeah.
true.
Is that what
The
you were
thing is,
saying?
it's not the clippers, it's the aftershave. That's what really gets you.
I have hair clippers, so I do my hair. Every once in a while, I'll do my armpit, and then I don't, because I don't like to have long. I don't like to have long armpit hair. I like it groomed.
Sure. Who
Yeah.
does?
And then I don't go underneath the hood. I just stay on top the hood. So
Oh, wait, you have a hood? We should look at that.
okay, let's move on. Amy's like, let's get out of here. Oh, Lelania said, poor Ian, my son. Oh yeah, he's had some hood cuts before. Let's. Yeah. Tim is like, gross. Too much information. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. Go back here. Let's see. Number four. I peed on my roommate's shoes. So we're gonna take turns again. I think Melissa, you're up first this time.
Okay.
One of you peed on your roommate's shoes. I already have my pick on this. Let's go to Melissa.
So I was actually living with my girlfriend, and we were living with two other roommates. Like, they were a couple, and they had already, like, we had just re-signed a lease, and they had already bought a house, and they were starting to, like, move stuff out of the house, and they had a lot of the furniture. Like, they had the TV and the couch, and so in like a few weeks we were just like eating off TV trays and like not watching TV. And so I was kind of pissed at them, no pun intended. So even though they had packed up most of their shit, there were a pair of shoes that, they had left behind. And I just thought it would be really funny to pee on them.
All right, fair. Let's see. Up next, let's see. I think Corky, or Amy, you're up this time.
Yeah, so this was the summer after high school, so I might not have been of age, but there was a party, and it was a really fun party, and it went really late, and I didn't like beer at the time because I didn't get it, so I was drinking liquor. So then I made it to bed, which is great. That's how you want to end a wild night. But then apparently, so it was a 2-bedroom apartment, and there was, like, at the end of the hall was my roommate's door, but just inside her door was the closet. So the bathroom door is also on the right, and then if you go through her door, her closet's also on the right. So in a drunken stupor, I went into the closet and acted like it was a bathroom, and I peed on her shoes. But the worst part is that her and her friend were watching me. They saw me come in, they saw me go into the closet, shut the door, and then they heard me peeing. So it's ridiculous. So yeah, I peed on my roommate's shoes.
All right, perfect. Corky, you're the last one. You peed on your roommate's shoes.
Yeah, and I love sharing the show with Melissa and Amy because they're awesome, funny people, but they're full of fucking shit because this is my story. I lived with a couple, kind of like in Melissa's lie. I was living with a couple, and they had a cat, and this cat hated my guts. Like, I'm good with animals, and I like cats, but this cat and me did not get on. And it started peeing and shitting in my shoes. Not just in my shoes, but on my backpack. I would go to school and I would fucking smell it. So I told the guy, I'm like, Eric, you gotta get your cat in order, man. And he's like, it's my girlfriend's cat, and I was like, that's your girlfriend. You gotta handle it with her. But they didn't do anything about it, right? But it was a nice place. So I was like, you know what? They're not gonna take it seriously until the cat starts peeing and shitting in their shoes. And I couldn't shit in their shoes because it would look like a mountain lion shit in their shoes. So I did the next best thing, but I fucked up because I couldn't stop peeing, and I peed on all of their shoes. It wasn't just like one shoe. I had to finish, and I just peed on all their shoes. They had them set out in the closet.
All right, those are all good stories. You have to choose one at home. Was it Amy, Melissa, or was it Corky?
It didn't work, by the way. They totally knew it was me.
One of the three of them peed on their roommate's shoes. So if you're at home, go ahead and start to vote. And while you do that, I'll read some comments. Here, I'll just put this down here. All right. Let's see. Tina said, I do not think Melissa is that type of person, which is not saying a lot about Amy or Corky right now. Let's see. Keisha said, who hasn't peed on an occasional roommate's shoe? So there you go.
That's a good point.
Brian M said, Amy is funny. Let's see. Donna says, I peed on a cat. Wow. Donna, we have to talk later. I mean, I'm really more impressed than disgusted because it's really hard to get a cat to sit still for anything, and you were able to pee on a cat.
Yeah, cats hate water. She had to like waddle after it.
Like,
you come here.
Come here. I'm going to pee on you, cat. That cat learned a valuable lesson, though. Let's see. Mel says, is it possible and likely that each of these humans peed on their roommate's shoes? I think it's possible. I think it is. Let's see. Is this the... Okay, these are the votes. Okay. I got to go back a little bit. So here we go. This one is Corky. Lelania said I got to go with Corky. Can we vote for all three? All of them did this at some point in their lives. Okay, we'll take that as a vote for all three. Let's see. It's so hard for Corky to say the F word, so no. Chill cat. Let's see. Corky's story made me laugh super hard. I got to vote with Corky this round. That doesn't have a vote. Tina. Corky. Corky. I want it to be Corky. I guess Jennifer said Corky, not corny, but kinda. Corky has some beef with a cat for show. Amy, I hope it's Corky. I think it's Corky. They're going with Corky. Mr. Cork peed on a shoe. That's what Kat said. So out of you three, who actually peed on their roommate's shoes?
Oh,
Holy crap. I'm going to be really honest with you. I forgot that was Amy. I thought it was Corky for sure. Oh, Corky fooled all of you guys. That was hilarious. And
Amy, who was the viewer?
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please. Corky.
Who was the viewer who said they hoped it happened?
I forget which one. It was up
because we can make it happen if you really want this.
No, nobody wants you to go pee on someone.
Buy me a 4-pack of IPAs.
That is so funny. ACLU Tear was like, Amy again? Shocker. Like, yes. Only one person voted for Amy, so I'm interested to, I can't remember who it was. Yeah, Amy fooled me every single time. Yeah, Amy does a good job of like giving you a story, but also like making it look like it's not really her story. So you guys are all good liars. I'm impressed.
First time I've ever heard that. I usually get in trouble.
Melissa, did you freeze up on us?
Did I? Am I here?
Oh yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, you're still there. Okay. All right.
Amy, did you ever bust them for watching you pee?
I asked them why. Like, why did they keep watching? And they're like, well, I didn't think you were going to stop. And I was like, okay, I guess. And then I had to clean all of her shoes, which Pine Sol does not cover up human urine. Not at all.
No. Plus, your feet smell like pea trees everywhere you go.
I'm a terrible person. I was 18. I didn't know what I was doing.
Pine Sol and piss. They should make one of those, those trees that you put in your rear view. Oh, that's gross. Mel Roy said that's just Melissa's resting frozen face.
I was like, I might just be in hella deep thought. What? I'm here.
I think I'm going to give Mel the award for best comments tonight. She's tearing it up. So I need to have a special thing where I go to a screen and then there's like all these fireworks when you win best comments of the night.
Yeah.
You guys, you want to do one more and then we'll call it a night?
Let's do it.
Okay. I have no recollection or knowledge of the order of this thing. So let's get you over to the guest cam and let's pick the next one, which is number 5. I waited on Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was the governor. I waited on Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was the governor. One of you did this thing. I think we're starting with Corky this time around. So I waited on Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was the governor. So Corky, let's start with you.
Yeah, I was waiting at Paisanos on Capitol, one of the first Paisanos. And it was real big with the SAC lobbyist and government crowd. And they cleared out the restaurant. It was a lunch, so it was really slow anyway. But they cleared out the restaurant, and and so we knew something was up. But usually it was like basketball players they did that for, Kings players, the legit shitty ones back in the 90s. But they brought in Arnie, and he was with. They had to be from some other country. It would be racist for me to guess. So I'll say Russiastan. I'll just make something up. And because it was 3 beefy men sitting there talking, and they started smoking cigars in the place. I was like, that is the most baller move of all time, because you could not smoke in a place, but it's like the governor, so who the fuck is going to care? And the thing is, I don't remember what he ate. But it was, of course, it wasn't something that we regularly served. It was really uneventful, but it's just like I was that close. He's short. He is not tall. Like, he is legit 5'8".
No.
Yeah, Arnie's like 6'2", but he's like 5'8".
Yeah.
And he was, yeah. So that was my thing with Arnie. He doesn't tip well. I remember that. Don't remember what he ate, but he doesn't tip well.
All right, that's great. Let's see. Amy, you're up next. You waited on Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was the governor.
Yeah, so it was during the state fair. I guess he was doing something over at the state fair, and he had come over I was a hostess at Buca di Beppo in Arden, so it was really close to Cal Expo, and there's private rooms and stuff, so he got one of those, and I kind of helped, but everyone was trying to kind of help, because it's a governor. And that's kind of a big deal. And he does tip well, because Corky's full of shit. And it was actually pretty uneventful, but it was kind of a big hype for, us at the restaurant, because no one like that has ever come in before. Yeah. So I sat him. So I guess that's a form of waiting on him.
Yeah.
I was like, sit here. And he sat there, and it was amazing. I don't remember who he was with. I don't remember anything as ridiculous as Corky's story, but he had an entourage, of course, but it's just a bunch of dudes in suits, like, I don't know. So,
all right.
Yeah,
that's great. Very good. Melissa, you're the last person up tonight. I waited on Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was the governor.
Yeah, I was working at a restaurant called Spataro, which is no more. It's right across the street from the Capitol, and he would come in there for lunch quite a bit, and I was a newer server there, so usually anyone else would get him because it was cool to wait on the governor. But this one day he came in kind of late for lunch, and I was the only server left. He came in at like 2 or something, and so I got to wait on him. And he was with a group of people, and there was like some of the kitchen staff and a busser there, and so I was trying to talk with them and be like, hey guys, don't you think it'd be really funny if I like went up to the governor and I was like, hey, so my name's Sarah Connor, I'm gonna be your server today, and just like I was like, I'll get your guys' drinks, so I'll be back, and just trying to like drop lines from his movies while I was at the table, and everyone was like, don't do that, like, don't do that. But so a couple of funny things happened. So he did ask me which salad had the crispiest lettuce. And I was like, okay, this guy doesn't want any wimpy, like girly man lettuce, right? And then he actually paid with his credit card. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. Like there were so many letters on the credit card, right? And I was like, this is so cool. I'm going to take a picture of his credit card. Because it'll be so cool. And then I was like, wait a minute, don't do that. Just post that on Facebook. I don't remember if he was a good tipper or not. I can't recall, but it was still fun to get to wait on a celebrity. So.
All right. That was great. So the three of you, one of you waited on Arnold Schwarzenegger and when he was governor. So everyone in the comments, please do me a favor. This is the last time tonight. Vote on whether that was Melissa, Corky, or Amy. One of them waited on Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was governor. So while you're voting, I'll go ahead and read some comments. Amy Church said that when someone wins the comments for the entire night, we should play the air horn sound effect that I have on here because apparently I'm an 80s shock jock. So Melroy, tonight you win the comments and you get the DJ air horn. There you go. So congratulations. Let's see. Here's some comments you were making.
If anyone needs their haircut from Mel, she does have some dog clippers. So
I love it. Let's see. I don't know if those. They said Corky definitely, but this was even before like anybody else had gone. So
can we address the Schwarzenegger-sized elephant in the room that Amy's already copped to 3 stories?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm not breaking any ground there. Yeah, Amy, who's full of shit now?
Keisha says he's 6'2". Corky's lying. I don't think. No, he's not. He's like 5'8". He's like smaller. Okay, here it is. Definitively, here are your votes for tonight. So Lelania says Melissa. LaRae says Amy. This one is rough, but I'm gonna say Melissa. Let's see. I think Melissa. Melissa or Amy or maybe Corky.
Covering the bases. That's good.
And then they said, okay, Melissa. Let's see. Oh, Tim said air horn. I just agreed. Okay, very good. Sorry, we want to make sure people get credit. Virginia says Melissa. I think Melissa. I definitely think it's one of the 3. Let's see.
That's the clue. The clue detective. Here's 3 solutions for how this went.
Let's see.
Okay, nobody saw Clue, huh? Fuck me.
Yeah. We got it. Keisha says Melissa. All good but Melissa. Keisha says, I have Googled. I have the Google, guys. He's 6'2". Nah, he's 5'8". He's definitely 5'8". All right, here we go. One of you 3 guests waited on Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was governor. Final one of the night. Who did it? Melissa! All right. I think they had sniffed you out a little bit on that one, but your story is fantastic.
it's all true.
Yeah. So good.
No, I'm not. It's totally.
No, I
mean, I didn't really do the Sarah Connor stuff, but I was talking to everybody about doing that and being like, "Get down!" and like, and everyone hated me. So.
I think if you would have gone up to the table and said, "Hi, I'm Sarah Connor. I'll be your server today," that would be glorious. Like that would have been the best thing. Yeah.
This was the hardest for me because I never got to be a server. I was always back of the house. Like they never let me out of the kitchen when I worked in restaurants.
No wimpy girly lettuce. So Donna quoted you on that. That's so great. This has been a lot of fun. Amy, Corky, Melissa, you guys are great guests. Thank you so much for doing this tonight. I really super appreciate it. Everybody at home, you were fantastic too. You voted. Some of you were wrong. Some of you were right. But it was a great show. Melroy, you win comments tonight. So congratulations to that. Seriously, thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. tomorrow. We have Comedy Spot Squares, which is where we ask panelists trivia questions, and you play tic-tac-toe. And you can be a part of that show. You can actually call in and be one of the contestants. And then at 8 o'clock, we're trying something new. We're doing a exclusive live show from the Comedy Spot. You can buy a ticket for that. Go to satcomedyspot.com/calendar and click on the event. You'll be able to buy a ticket for that. You can also go to satcomedyspot.com/live, and it'll take you over to the link for the show too. It's only $10, but it'll be a live stream event that you can't see as a regular part of our Comedy Spot Live. So join us tomorrow at 6 and hopefully at 8. And again, Melissa, Amy, Corky, thank you for being guests tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pull the H. Pull the H.
This is a whole nother show. All right.
I know. That's my new sound off. Pull the H.
Pull the H. All right. Bye, everybody.